Hello everybody, myself Anubhuti Mishra from Alpine Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. In the previous video, we have studied about chapter number 8, that is the climate of India. And now in today's video, we are going to study about our country, India. What is the location of India? What is the political division of the India? Which were the neighbor of the India? We are going to study out that very deeply. So the introduction, I am going to read the introduction and tell you that what is the position of India into the world. India is the 7th largest country in the world in the term of the area. According to the area, India is the 7th largest country into the world. It covers about 3.28 million square kilometer with a population of more than 1 billion. More than 1 billion population means the second largest country into the population is India. Wonderful landscape, glorious monuments, so much wonderful landscape is into our India, and glorious monuments are also over there. It occupies a large part of South Asia. The largest part of the South Asia is mostly covered by our country, India. In this chapter, we will travel from one part of the country to the other part and gain the information about the distinctive features of the India. India location. Now we are going to study about the location of the India. India is bounded by the Arabian Sea in the southwest and Bay of Bengal in the southeast. Arabian Sea into the southwest. Arabian Sea, that is into the southwest of the India, and Bay of Bengal into the southwest of the India. Into the southwest of the India, we will find the Bay of Bengal, and into the southwest of the India, we will find the Arabian Sea. Okay? So, it is clearly visible that an extension of Indian Ocean which lies to the south of India. The Indian Ocean lies over the south of India. Okay, that's why we call it Peninsula. Our country is counted into the peninsula. What is peninsula? Peninsula means a land area that is covered from the three sides. That is known as peninsula. Okay? So India is counted into the peninsula. 1/3, about 7,500 kilometers of India border is a coastline. India border is a coastline for about 7,000, total length of it is 7,500 kilometers. The coastline of India is about 7,500 kilometers. India border, this also include India's island. India island is also included into that, means the Lakshadweep island and the Andaman and Nicobar island is also included into this. The coastline is the coastline of India and the coastline of the island which are connected, which are counted into the India. The total length, the total area is about 7,500 kilometers. Next, the mainland of India extends from Kanyakumari in the south at about 8 degrees 4' north, and Kashmir in the north is about 37 degrees 6' north. Okay, about 3,210 kilometers. If we count India from Kanyakumari to the Kashmir, that will be 3,210 kilometers. 3,210 kilometers. Okay, from south to the India, from south to the top. Next, the extent from the run of Kutch in the west and Arunachal Pradesh is about, from the run of Kutch to the Arunachal Pradesh is about 2,900 kilometers. It is about 2,900 kilometers. If we count India from the west to east, it will be into 2,900 kilometer, and if we count the kilometer, the area of from the south to the north, then it will be about 3,210 kilometer. Okay. The next one, neighbors of India. What are the neighboring countries of the India? Which were the neighboring countries of the India? First one is Pakistan, which is attached to India from the western side, and the second one is Afghanistan, which is attached to India from the northern side. Afghanistan. Its border is attached to the India from the northern side. Next one is China. Here is China into the eastern side of India. Nepal, the small country which is connected to India. Next one is Bhutan. It is also connected with India. This is also a small country. And next one is Bangladesh. Bangladesh, it is also connected, its border is also connected with India. Myanmar, its border is also connected with India. So, total 7 borders, 7 countries are connected with India. 7 countries boundary line is connected with India. First one is Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh. These are the countries which shares the boundary lines with India. Next one is, there is an island which is also connected with India. It is into the southern part, into the Bay of Bengal, that is Sri Lanka. Into the Bay of Bengal, we will find Sri Lanka. It is an island which is connected with India, okay, into the southern part. So, it is a cut off from the rest of the Asia by the lofty of the Himalayas in the north and adjacent mountain ranges that run along the west and the east, okay. The lofty Himalayas cut our country India from that of the Central Asia, okay. The Himalayas also act as a barrier to protect the country from the icy cold wind which come from the Central Asia. The icy cold wind which come from the Central Asia affect our country. That's why the Himalayas act as a barrier to protect us from that type of winds. The 2 seas surrounding the Indian landmass help us to keep temperature warm. The 2 seas, that is the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. The 2 seas helps in controlling the temperature and make the warm, means make the moderate temperature into the southern part of the India. Next, political division. What is the political division of India? India is divided into 28 states with 9 union territories. Previously, it was divided into 29 states and 7 union territories, but now it is divided into 28 states and 9 union territories. Kashmir and Ladakh are now become the part of the union territory instead of state. The political map of India shows the boundaries of India state and union territories. Into the political map of India, whenever you open the political map of India, it is already given into your book. If you open it, then you will find that the Indian states, you will find the boundary lines of the Indian states and also the union territories into that. It also shows the state capital and other major cities. It also shows the state capital of a particular state and also the major cities which are famous all over the world, or which are famous for its some specialities. Rajasthan is the largest and Goa is the smallest state in India. We have already known that the Rajasthan is the largest and the Goa is the smallest state in India. The states are further divided into districts. These states are now further divided into districts. Next one, we are going to study about the Himalayas. How the Himalayas are plays a very important role in our India, in dividing India from the Central Asia. The Lesser Himalayas or the Middle Himalayas lie south of the Greater Himalayas. Their average height is between 3,600 km to 4,500 meter. 3,600 meter to 4,500 meter. This is the average height of this Lesser Himalayas or the Middle Himalayas. This range is marked by the fast flowing river and streams and steep gorges. Fast flowing rivers and the streams are basically found into these type of the Lesser Himalayas. It is in the range that you will find hill stations like Shimla and Darjeeling over there. The Himalayas are growing even now. You may see that the Himalayas is growing even now again and again into 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter. Its yearly growth is increasing and increasing. The outer Himalayas or Shivaliks forms the lowest ranges. The outer Himalayas or the Shivaliks are the lowest range of the Himalayas, with an average height of 900 meter to 1500 meter. This range lies between the northern plain and the Lesser Himalayas. This range lies between the northern plain and the Lesser Himalayas. The hilly stations, the hilly areas are basically found over here. Next, the outer Himalayas are dotted with flat valley and on dunes in between, such as Dehradun. The outer Himalayas have the dunes, means the valley areas, the beautiful valley areas which are counted into dunes, and we can say that the Dehradun is a part of it. These valley are very highly populated. These valley areas are very highly populated, and this is because of its beauty and the basic needs which are easily available there. The Pir Panjal range runs southwest from the Himalayas along with the Kashmir Valley. In the northeast, you will find lower hills such as Garo, northeast area, means into the Assam. You will find the lower Himalayas, that is the Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills, into the northeastern parts of the India, means into Assam side or into the Mizoram side or Nagaland side. You will find these type of hilly areas. The Naga Hills between India and Myanmar, you will find the Naga Hills over here. Okay. Next one is the Northern Plain. What is the Northern Plain? You will find the vast Northern Plain that stretches south of the Himalayas. In the south of the Himalayas, means from here to the Assam. In the south of the Himalayas, means in Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan area, these areas are counted into the plain area. These area is counted into the plain area. These areas are counted into the plain area. This is also known as the Northern Plain. Next one, it is spread about 2,400 km. This region lies between the Himalayas and between the Peninsular Plateau, means the southern part of India, the Deccan Plateau, before the Deccan Plateau and after the Himalayas, the plain areas are found. That is from the north of the Deccan Plateau and south of the Himalayas, you will find the plain area, means the area of Uttar Pradesh, the area of Punjab, the area of Haryana. These type of areas are included into the plain area, means the Ganga plain area, the Brahmaputra plain area or the Indus Valley plain area are included into that. So this one is the Ganga plain area. The middle part of the India have the Ganga plain area. Here into the northeast you will find the Brahmaputra plain area, and into the Punjab into the Punjab or into the Pakistan, you will find the Indus Valley Plain area. Okay, Indus River Plain area. Next one is the Ganga Plain forms the main part of the northern plain. The main part of the northern plain is into India. The main part of the northern plain is formed by the Ganga river. Therefore, it is known as Ganga Plain area. It is drained by the river Ganga and its tributaries. It is basically drained by the Ganga and also by its tributaries, means the Yamuna, Gandak, Gomti, Kosi, Son. These are the tributaries or these are the part of the Ganga. The Ganga state or the Gangotri, the Ganga starts, the Ganga from where the Ganga originates. The Ganga originates from the glacier which is known as Gangotri glacier, which is found into the Uttarakhand and into the greater Himalayas. Then run through the lesser Himalayas. The Ganga originate from the Gangotri glacier, then run through the lesser Himalayas and before entering the plain area. Where it flows slowly, it flows through Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. These are the areas from where the Ganga flows. The Ganga move. Where it is known as the Padma. From here it is also known as Padma. Next, we will read about the Indus Plain area and the Brahmaputra Plain area. So, revise it very properly. Take care of yourself. Goodbye everyone.